So we've got a first saddling here. I want to talk about a couple things in terms of how I might do them. This horse doesn't have a lot of groundwork on him, so I got the saddle tight enough to stay on as quick as I could, and then I disengaged him a couple times, and then he doesn't have a lot of groundwork, so I don't want to be on the end of the lead rope. So I've got the flag. We'll just see if we can ask him to move here. Now, not one nice thing, I will say this horse is kind of scared of his own shadow, but he has been blanketed a fair amount at home. Oh, that's good. What we're looking for is he's probably going to buck. And so one thing I see a lot when horses get settled the first time and they go to bucking is people go to chasing them. Now, I prefer to just watch for a couple reasons. One, it's more fun. And for two, this is their first saddling. I think they need a chance to feel it out, think about it, especially if we can prepare them enough to get the saddle fully on with a breast collar, the first day. So I'll move him up here a little faster. We'll see what he thinks about that. And he's probably gonna be one that's gonna be good for a little while, and then he'll probably have a big blow up. Maybe when he first goes into the lope, he'll think it's, I'll just push him a little bit. Oh, that's pretty good. So get that first, second, third gear, and we'll give him a little break here. We'll go the other way. I think at some point this horse is going to need to buck, so we'll watch, but I'm asking him to go the other way. Now, I'm gonna break some people's rules. If he turns to the outside, I don't really care. Oh, well, he turned to the inside, so good. I don't really care if he turns to the outside this first day, or maybe for the first 3 days, because I'm just getting my direction, and I'll teach him later how to do it into me. Oh, pretty good. Better than I thought it would go. Could be because he's worn a blanket. I would still expect this horse to buck at some point, so we'll play with this a little more, and then we'll see what he does. I like to give him these little breaks, though, like when they go up, and first, second, third gear, and then they stop, like you're just rewarding them loping, so they'll start to free up a little more, lope a little further. We'll start again here. There. So he gets a little bothered and braces up, so I'm gonna push him forward a few times here. There. So when he sees me slow down, he's reading my energy. So someone's probably done a fair bit of groundwork with him loose, and he's looking to come in. But I don't believe he's been saddled, so. But like I said, my main point, I was hoping he would buck, and what I was gonna do was just let him buck. But I was gonna leave him alone. I wasn't gonna chase him. And then when he stopped, I was gonna let him think for a second, and then I was gonna send him off again. And then and practice that over and over until he learns how to move out without bucking. And then we go up there and do a little groundwork on the line. And when I mean groundwork, I probably won't even move him around with it. I'll probably just, disengage his hind end and walk little circles, and then just pat the saddle. And all I'm gonna do once I like this is get it good enough to take the saddle off. So once he can move out with the saddle and he doesn't need to buck, then I'm just gonna go up close and work on getting the saddle off. So I'm gonna make it make noise and roll it around and pat on it and move the stirrups, and that way I know when I go to take it off, he's not gonna run off bucking as I'm uncinching it, or get scared, and then I'll take it off, and that'll be the first day with a saddle. So it's not, I don't do much. I'm a little bit passive. Here we go, turning to the outside. I don't mind that. A lot of people that is like the sin, the unbreakable sin, or whatever you want to call it, like rule you can't break. Like, I don't care today. Like, just, he's just starting out at all of this. So if he, see there, I'd like him to go the same direction, but I'm not gonna run and wave my flag like a maniac. I'm just trying to help him figure it out. So remember, when your horse is in first grade, they're still learning. There we go, beautiful, a little freer there, good. So that's good for saddling. Like I said, we'll get up there close and we'll just work on taking the saddle off now. Okay, so we're going to unsaddle him. And so, when I start these horses, my first few sessions are normally 15-20 minutes each, because they don't have the attention span. You're not trying to teach them a lot of stuff. But what I want to do when I'm unsaddling him is get him ready to ride, because we're probably going to ride him tomorrow, if he's maybe the next day, but in the next 2 days, you know, we're going to ride him. And so what I want to do is make sure when I pick this rope up, his hind end goes the other way. So if I step in here and he gets bothered, I want to be able to pick this rope up like that and make sure that I have control, because once I get up there, he gets a little bothered. I just want to make sure I can move the hind end. Good. Good boy. Give him a little rest there. Good. Hind end. Good. So now we've opened up a little bit of fear because I made a little flappy noise. Good. There he got better. So he got a little worse, and then I worked at disengaging. I gave him a little break, and then he understood it wasn't going to hurt him. He was a little better. But like I said, I'm gonna ask him to move first there, and then I'll just kind of create some movement. Now before I saddled this horse, when I put the flag on his back, he kicked at it. So even though he's been blanketed, he's still got a little bit of, like, when something happens he doesn't like, he's gonna try to defend himself. Now, I would say this horse was treated very well. So his owners, you know, I'm not trying to say anything bad about them, because I think they did the very best they knew, and they have treated him very well, but maybe didn't help him understand, you know, how to work through scary things, or, you know, rather than kind of helping him work through scary things, they just maybe avoided it or didn't know how. But he's the kind of horse that, like, he's really good till he isn't, because he hasn't really been bothered that many times in his life, you know, because he's had a, you know, a very kind upbringing, which is awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just now we need to make sure when he gets bothered, he can handle himself. And if I go to ride him, he's gonna move his hip over. He's never been, I'm pretty sure this is his first saddling, so he's never been stepped upon. So here would be getting him ready. Step up on, pull his nose, see if he can move his hip over. Good. Very nice. So you probably could get this horse rode today, no problem, but we don't have to, because he's here for 90 days. I was kind of hoping what was going to happen there is I was going to go to get up, and he was going to jump forward, and he didn't. But I was going to show you how we work this hind end. There, we're getting a little bothered, so I'll step down, move his hind end over. Good. That's all I'm trying to make sure, because once I have control of this horse's hind end, and he's seen me out of both eyes, and he's seen me up above him, well, then I can get him rode. So we pull on him. He knows how to respond. He doesn't blow up bucking. I thought he might. I was hoping you guys would get a show. Step down, but that's my preparation for that first ride, is make sure that hind end works, even when he's bothered. It's a little worse on the right side, so tomorrow before we ride him, we'll kind of make sure he's comfortable seeing us out of the right side. So what I told you is, we're getting him ready to unsaddle. He's pretty ready. Stuff can move, touch him there. I always check this. If I've got a back cinch on, I always go like this before I grab it here and go to unhook it, because you'll pull it and they haven't felt it in a while and it bothers them. So my order of unsaddling a horse like this is back cinch, then breast collar. I know some of you think breast collar's first, but if you go to take the breast collar off and they have a little startle, they raise their back, and that back cinch touches them, and now they have a big startle. So I take the back cinch off first, so we don't get an accidental back cinch bumping them. If I go to do this and they have a little startle, they don't feel the back cinch all of a sudden and go to hopping around there, and now my breast collar's off. And I like the breast collar. If I can get it on the first saddling, I do, because it helps keep that saddle from rolling under their belly. So, and if you guys have noticed, I've got the snaffle in this horse's mouth, because I'm getting him used to it. I won't pull on that snaffle until he's used to carrying it, so I need to get him used to carrying it as quick as I can so that I can start pulling on it. So that'll probably be day 3 or so. So it doesn't take me very long to start using the snaffle, but if I start pulling on it now, it seems like they just always chew on it and they have a hard time giving to it. So he just carries it while we do these first couple sessions. We'll leave it in. We'll tie him up for a little while. When he's relaxed his mouth, we'll take the snaffle out, put him away, and that's technically day 2. Yesterday I did a leading lesson because he didn't want to lead out of his pen. But this is first day saddling this horse, and maybe we'll get more tomorrow, maybe not. We'll see how it goes, but okay.